Treasury Minister Tulip Siddiq is available now. Good to see you this morning. We've got to say congratulations on the by-election victory last night. What do you make of... I mean, it's a big swing to Labour, right? It's a big swing. But are we seeing people just disengaging from politics? Because the turnout was so low, it was terrible.
Good morning. So, as you say, it was a swing to Labour. We had a 10% swing and it was a 11% swing against the Conservatives. So, all in all, a good result for the Labour Party. I've already heard Ashley, our new latest MP, on the radio talking about how she's going to fight for the children's A&E, which was closed in her constituency before COVID, and she wants it to reopen. So she's going to be a doughty champion for her constituents in Parliament. But you're absolutely right to say that it does feel like people are disengaging from politics a little bit because the turnout was so low. I mean, there's a couple of factors. First of all, people do have election fatigue. I mean, we have had election after election after election, and I think in a sense people are sick of the snap elections and voting. It's not so much a novelty. By-elections do tend to have less of a turnout than the national election because less people know about it. And don't forget, it's also very cold. It's very cold and people don't want to go out and vote. But if you're asking me if I'm disappointed that more people didn't vote, of course I am. I mean, I'm a politician. I think people should go and exercise their democratic rights. So, in a sense, a bit disappointing about the turnout, but a great success for Ashley and for the Labour team out there who fought so hard to make sure we not only retained the seat, but got it with a huge swing to the Labour Party.
Now, we've been hearing from the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, this morning, saying we've avoided a recession, but we're not out of the woods yet, particularly when it comes to inflation, and that if we stick to the plan to halve inflation this year, then we could be confident of having among the best prospects for growth anywhere in Europe. What do you say to his comment this morning?
Well, the Chancellor's always been very diplomatic, and I think his choice of words is interesting. We are not in a recession, technically, but that's by the skin of our teeth. And if you ask my constituents in Hampstead and Kilburn how they're feeling about the cost of living crisis, they will tell you they very much feel that they are in recession, even though we're technically, by economic terms, not in a recession, because they're struggling to make ends meet. They can't put the heating on. They can't buy basic food items like eggs, like milk, like bread. So for me, I'm very worried. I want the Conservatives to come up with a proper plan for growth. I looked at the figures, and the OECD has said that we're predicted to have the lowest growth of any country in the G7 this year. Our economy has been stagnant for the best part of last year. For 6 months, we had 0.0% growth. That's not something to be applauding and talking about. I've just mentioned the plan for growth. The Conservatives have come up with 8 plans for growth since 2010, 4 in this Parliament, and they've achieved nothing. They're even losing the confidence of businesses. The head of the CABI said that the ambitions is too low of the government. I think the phrase he used is unambitious plans to get us out of this mess. And I'm worried. Businesses losing confidence. Our constituents are struggling, economy is not growing. We have to do something.